Hi, it's Letitia. Now that you guys know that this is my current face and what I have to work with, acne has been around since I was a teenager. It hasn't really stopped. It's most likely hormonal. I still have texture issues, hyperpigmentation, flaky skin around the scarring and the scabbing, and I am absolutely an expert at this point. I can totally tell you how to cover up acne without looking cakey, how to make sure it lasts throughout the day. And if you guys want to see the rest of my acne videos and things that I've been doing to treat it, make sure you check out the playlist and also subscribe to this channel and find me on social at Letitia-a. So first things first, you need to prep the skin. Prepping is so important. So night before or the morning of, after you wash your face, make sure that you moisturize as much as you can. Moisture is going to help prevent your acne from coming back. For some people, if you have dry skin, your body actually reacts by pushing more oil and producing more sebum in order to moisturize your face, which is why sometimes you get acne even if you have dry skin. So I have combination skin, and actually acne breaks me out even more in the winter. I think because the wind is so harsh, everything is so harsh, it really like sandblasts or like ice blasts my skin. My skin is like flaky, but then my T-zone is very oily. So super moisturize my skin. And then major tip is to put on your clothes that you're gonna go out with before you put on any makeup so that you don't have to worry about smudging makeup. Get up close and personal now. So first things first, get ready for the super icky details, but you wanna take off all the flaky parts of your skin. I have a sanitized tweezer where you just peel off all of your gently, like don't pull off any scabs, just extra skin like this. This one is more of a scab than anything, so I wouldn't pick at that one. Then comes primer. You want to use a good primer, something that's moisturizing with sunscreen. My favorite one right now is the Shu Uemura and Mario collection. It's SPF 50 and it's a moisturizing primer, not very silicone heavy. The best tip that I have is, you know how you don't want to wear makeup because you don't want to suffocate the acne and you don't want it to keep getting worse, but you also don't want to walk out the door with all of your spots. Something that you can use to treat it while you're wearing makeup is to dot it with any drying solution that you have. My favorite is those pink drying lotions. It has calamine, which is anti-inflammatory, and it's also like super heavy in alcohol, which helps to dry it out a bit. So I would put it over any spots that are active, like this one, and you know how spots are darker, right? So if you put it over areas that are spots, it also helps kind of act like a concealer because it lightens the spots that you have. So this way you have a physical barrier that kind of helps prevent your makeup from sinking into your acne, and also something that helps treat the acne while you're wearing makeup. I put the primer on top first because primer, of course, when you put it on, is going to rub it all away. And then when it comes to foundation, you just want to be gentle with it. For people with acne, it's pretty much impossible to wear concealer and then foundation because the concealer ends up being pushed around and it's really frustrating. So I actually start with foundation first and then I conceal. The two foundations that I'm using right now is the Vichy Teint Ideal and the Body Shop Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation, because this actually has tea tree oil in it, but also because this is lighter, and I mix a bit of both because it's winter and I'm pale and it's not fun. I distribute for the most part on my face and then I go in with a beauty blender. Beauty blender creates a really nice natural finish, but also, as you can see, you can still see the calamine lotion patches, and you just want to be as gentle as possible. Concealer is the most important. Whatever concealer you end up using, the formula, the coverage, and the ingredients of the concealer, whether it's going to make your pimple larger throughout the end of the day. I actually prefer cream textured concealer, cream or clay, and this one is my favorite so far. This is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and I wear it in Sand Beige. It's oil free. I wasn't very comfortable with the fact that it's a pot and you have to dig your fingers into it. You can use liquid concealer as well, but I find that it's a little waterier, it shifts throughout the day, and it just doesn't have that full coverage. I really don't think a brush has the same effect. It tends to wipe away the concealer more than if your fingers were dabbing into it. So if you have a raised bump, you really want to go in from the underside. The bigger the bump, the more of a shadow it creates, right? So you go from underneath and kind of push upwards a little bit. Once you're satisfied with how it looks from the center, you start blending outwards from there. And I use a setting powder. It's a compact powder foundation. It's very light coverage, so then I also use it as a setting powder. And then I use a kabuki brush. And kabuki brushes are great. You want to, like, lots of people swirl it, but again, with the acne, you really don't want to push anything around, so you want to just kind of dab it into your face. For that extra step, I would use a setting spray. The setting spray I'm using is the NYX Matte Finish, which is highly recommended. I don't actually notice a difference between using setting spray or not. Maybe it's just because this one's not very effective. I do prefer a dewy look, so I would actually go for the dewy finish next time. I honestly spend the most time on my skin, and then everything else kind of falls together very quickly. But at this point, the routine is very simple for me. There have been times where I'll put on foundation or concealer, and whatever the formula or whatever the ingredients that I've been using tends to give me a new breakout, or even two by the end of the day. But I've found that everything that I've used today have been non-irritating, doesn't create anything new. By the end of the day, when I take it all off, I just take it all off and no surprises. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any other requests for acne related things, I have more acne hacks. If you have questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!